On May 1st, 2024, LEGO released Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, and they almost got it perfect. Hey there y'all, welcome back to Groovy Bricks. LEGO did a great job remaking their favorite starfighter from episode 1, but it definitely has a few glaring issues that cannot be ignored. Today we're fixing all those problems, as well as making the set more accurate to the source material. I included timestamps in the description if you want to skip around to specific mods. So be sure to blast that like button and let's get started. As always, we're going to begin with the minifigures. I was happy to see the cloth poncho make a return for Qui-Gon, and I think LEGO knocked it out of the park with the anniversary Saw Gerrera. Young Anakin also looks really accurate, but unfortunately I can't say the same for Darth Maul. The only thing I can give this figure credit for is the continuous robe print from the torso down to the legs. Compared to the source material, everything else is either inaccurate or weird. First, I added a soft black cape and one of the newer hood accessories. LEGO probably ditched the hood because it's harder to fit inside the ship, but having both options still would have been nice. We're not done yet though. One of Maul's most distinctive features are his piercing eyes, but you wouldn't know that looking at the minifig. Swap out his head for any other version. Personally, I prefer the one from 2010. Now the whole lineup looks fantastic, but just as a side note, for $70, LEGO really should have included another character to round out the group. A new Watto or Padme would have made the set feel much more complete. Moving right along, it's time to look at the 3 probe droids included in the set. The droids look okay, but I didn't want to leave them stuffed inside the ship, so I added these transparent stands to give the impression that they're floating around like in the actual movie. These parts are super common now thanks to the new Clones vs. Droids battle pack. It's also easy to make the probe droids more accurate to the source material. All we have to do is add these 4 extra pieces. Now, we're moving on to perhaps one of the biggest problems with this set, the landing gear. What you're seeing now is the quickest and easiest method I found for making the ship sit mostly level, and it doesn't require any extra parts. This doesn't look very accurate though, so we're going to try a different method that's a little more complicated but looks much nicer. Set these aside for now, and for the next minute or so, we'll be removing different parts and sections from the original build. Some of what we remove, however, is for our next mod in the video. So if you're only here for the landing gear, don't worry. Many of these parts can easily be reattached to where they started out. Just so we're all on the same page, here's a quick look at everything we just removed from the ship. Now, as you can see, we have our sturdy new landing gear, which is a bit more accurate as well as perfectly level. Also, did I mention it's retractable? I did trade some accuracy for the sake of function, but that's alright for the purpose of today's video. If you want to see a 100% screen accurate landing gear mod, let me know in the comments below. Accuracy is the sole focus of our next mod, however, where we'll be rebuilding Maul's ride to look better than ever. We're starting with a simple color swap. Next, remove any junk on the bottom of the ship that we don't need anymore. This brick will come in handy later in the video, but it's totally optional, and you can use a normal 2x2 brick here if you prefer to. This part can be tricky, so here's a better look at what we just built. And this is where the fun begins. These are the parts we're using next. One more time, you guys know the drill. Now, do you remember that optional brick I mentioned earlier? Placing another one underneath the original grants us the ability to attach a sturdy display stand. This one's nothing special, I borrowed it from one of my helmet sets that was collecting dust. Also, the landing gear we added earlier will hide the brick we just attached. What better way to celebrate 25 years of Episode 1 than a beautiful LEGO version of the Bad Guy's Ride? If you made any other changes to the set, drop those in the comments below for everyone else to see. Be sure to subscribe to Groovy Bricks for more videos like this one, and I'll see y'all next time.